We're here today at Bladensburg Waterfront Park.
My name's Charity, and this is my coworker Leah, and this is Deantra.
This year, Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission is celebrating 90 years of service to our county. And I can't think of a better way to celebrate that and to honor that than being right here at Bladensburg Waterfront Park with our Summer Youth Enrichment Program students.
We're currently working in the swale, like weeding and planting new plants.
These are rain swales that go around our boat storage. They filter water from the trail that you see behind us and from the parking lot.
Other people, they like sitting in offices and like just standing there. We outside biking, having fun.
Every day we do like a different task, so it makes you want to come to work. It makes you want to be like energetic to like work your hardest at the job, so at the end of the day you're just like, oh, I did this, and then the next day you're just like, I did something different. So it makes you really like care for your job.
These young people have an incredible opportunity to work this summer and to be placed right here at this beautiful facility with the same mission that we have, which is to preserve and protect our green spaces and to create opportunities for young people and families to enjoy this beautiful space for generations to come.
We learned how to cut down invasive trees and stuff like that, and we learned how to like care for plants. Normal stuff we did, how it affects like the water in the river and how we have to be more cautious about stuff. This
year we had up to 87 young people placed throughout our facilities. So this is just one of many. We're excited to be here today to connect with them. What would they be doing if they didn't have this opportunity?
We've done a lot of trash pickups, learning about plastic bottle pollution in the Anacostia River. 60% of the trash in the Anacostia River by weight is plastic beverage bottles. We've also collaborated with the Anacostia Watershed Society here to care for some of the trees that they have planted and water them by hauling buckets of water out of the river to water these new trees.
I have a better appreciation for the environment now. Seeing all the trash in the water is really disappointing. When we go on trails or when we walk by the trees over there, we see tons of bottles and trash, wrappers. It's terrible.
People who like throw it along the side, like when it rains, the water like pushes to the storm drain, and then when it rains again, the water from the storm drain pushes into the river. So that's why you see like a lot of like those daily like trash that people use on a daily basis. A lot of people don't really realize that.
10 years from now is that we need more people doing these types of things because there's just a great need and urgency for just getting out here, showing people, you know, what's out here to take care of and protect. So I feel like for me, 10 years from now, it's going to be more important now and in the future that we just get out here and we just help protect the planet, help restore what we broke.
There's been such a great group of young men and women learning about the river, learning about stormwater management issues, connecting to nature in a way that you know, can't happen quite the same way in a classroom.
Well, you can be an environmental educator, a naturalist, a crew chief that you like mentor like teens or I guess people or anyone who's interested in with the environment. You can work with like in like the forester industry, so I guess cutting down invasive trees and planting native trees.
Park management, educational programs, park maintenance type work, gardening, horticulture. You know, the possibilities are endless. If there's something that you're passionate about, I'm sure there's a niche within Parks and Recreation.
And then at the end of the summer, you get to tell your friends all the cool things you did instead of just saying, yeah, I sat in like a computer, like at a cubicle every day and just stare at the computer screen.
We try to connect them to nature. And so we're trying to do the same thing with the SYEP crew here at the park. The younger generations are often, you know, on their phones a lot, playing video games a lot, watching TV a lot. And so we want them to break those habits just a little bit, to check the world around them and to see, you know, what's that bird, what's that fish, you know, why are these plants better than these other plants? You know, these native plants, how do they filter water and are better suited for this environment versus these invasive non-native plants?
Once I started working with PG Parks and Rec, my thought was I need to expose kids as soon as possible to the outside world in order for them to connect it to the rest of their life. These are all urban areas. So my philosophy personally is that you start early introducing them to what nature has to offer, like all of it. And then once you do that, a kid will kind of gravitate toward it. I think you separate the kids out of their natural environment and their habitat, you separate them from what they can value later on in life. So you get them out there, you get them to enjoy things like kayaking, and you get them to enjoy the outdoor scene, then you can get them to appreciate why we should take care of our natural environment, why we should plant wetland plants, why we should pull invasive plants before they take over our environment. And then we can have them be ambassadors for nature itself.
What I'm hoping is to develop the next generation of leaders and conservationists for Prince George's County. So I really appreciate the partnership with Prince George's Department of the Environment and the Chesapeake Bay Trust, as well as other partners that are advocates for the river. Thank you.
And so let's continue to make the case for why we should have these programs and to even expand these programs so that more young people can leverage the opportunity.